Just got to grab the link. So many things with this technology. Um, you can go ahead and get started. I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, I guess wait a second. Let me try to get them. Here we go.
So what's above the zero, ma'am? Or do I just, oh, that's the 15 minutes.
Share. Copy the link. So what's above the zero? What
Mm-hmm.
you should have I think it's the negative 0.28
Am I
or
just
one.
not seeing it on my chart? Because
No,
shouldn't it automatically draw those?
it should. Maybe it's the time frame that you're looking at. Why is the link not copied?
I don't have anything above my zero.
Well, we need to fix your settings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so um,
I
one.
actually think I'm looking for a short scalp.
All right, we can get started. I don't know if you want to talk about your indices and what do you call it?
Yeah, let me just fix my chart right
F,
quick. What is it?
non-farm payrolls first or
Yeah.
whatever. But good morning, guys. Welcome to the Inner Circle Elite is the new name for it. Daily live stream where Natasha and I live analyze charts and take trades with you guys in the morning from 9 to 11 to help you guys get a better idea of how to enter and exit your trades and also what we are actually trading. And so Natasha's just getting her chart ready. She's going to open up with the time is it 9:04 economic reports and a look at the indices and then probably look at some of her charts.
Okay. I don't know why
From
my
her beautiful kitchen.
from from my beautiful kitchen. Uh, I don't know why my candles don't want to be bigger. Okay, that's fine. Uh, bigger candles. There we go. Cause this shit is this stuff is for the birds. All right, we got some bigger candles here. So this morning we had the non-farm payroll numbers, and the initial reaction was a quick bump in both of the indices. Um, it came and then it came back down. I generally don't, just as a matter of course, where I trade. So even when you look at things like a Fed speech or an economic report, I will generally let that first 15 to 30 minutes kind of flesh itself out because you'll have these massive wicks on candles there. But I think that the reason why we actually traded down momentarily was that there was a revision to last month's numbers, and it wasn't a major revision, but a revision nonetheless. Um, they came in line today, and I see that as bullish. The other thing that I see that is bullish, and I think a thing that is not talked about because I will watch futures. I think that another thing that is not talked about is some of our other world markets and what that looks like. Right now, the Chinese markets are up considerably. Um, Try as they may, they still haven't been able to kill Pinduoduo. Baba, pretty much your China is still moving quite nicely in a bullish direction. Um, a point that I wanted to make here with the indices is all the time frames. We are still floating here above all of your moving averages. Um, and that to me again is bullish. I think that if on the SPX, if we can break this 6112, or we'll call it 6120, that you see right here, where my pointer is, we can have a decent size upward move. I think 6200 would be in play. But until it can prove to get past that level, there's not really too much we can do with that. What I will say, and let me just kind of drop back down to the daily, we have been seeing, what we've been seeing is we get right here, to right about 6100-ish. That candle is 6117, but we always have a nice quick move back down. And so I may be looking to scalp some
We
zero.
are not seeing your chart, just so
Why?
you know.
Oh, well then that was all right. Let's fix that. Do, 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 do. Okay. All right. Can everybody see that? We're Leslie, can you at least see it? Hello.
Yeah, we see it.
Okay. Um, so I'll just kind of back up for a second here. And what I was talking about is the 6100-ish level. If you look where my crosshairs are, and you just kind of look around that 6100 level, each time we get there, we drop, with the exception of right in here. That was the 23rd and 24th of January. So unless we can get above 6120 and hold, I'm going to keep scalping, for lack of a better term. I'm going to keep scalping this move here. If you're going to do it as a 0 day, then you need to have very, very, very quick hands. But these contracts on SPX, sometimes they go 3, 4, 500% over a matter of minutes. So I'm going to be watching the 6100 level, for a put, probably back down to modestly 60-40. And I would say anyone who is looking to potentially take that trade, though, the other thing that we're seeing in reverse here is that we come back down into these moving averages and then we go right back up. And that might be a little bit more evident here on the 4 hour. So it's not a huge move in terms of this particular index, but it pays quite nicely. So I'll be looking at that. If you feel like you have the skill to be nimble, you could play the run up, play the drop, and then play the run up again, which is oftentimes what I do. And we're going to see the NDX contracts are a bit more expensive. But you're seeing the same thing here. We're still firmly planted above these moving averages. And every time that we put you on a 4 hour, every time that all the dips are being bought, basically. But also when we get to this almost 22,000 level, we drop. So just paying attention to what it's doing, and it's doing this consistently day after day after day after day. I urge you to pay attention to things like that. So I may not necessarily be at a chart when I take that trade, but I've committed to memory that this level means this much of a drop. So I've already kind of got contracts in mind and dates and what that looks like for me. Something else I found very interesting today. We talked about PANW the other day, and I actually threw a few plays out there on it. If you took it with me, it was quite evident. I called the PANW back here on the 5th. And you can see that it was coming across this here the crossing the moving averages. So that meant that it was going to be an explosive move, and I called the 190. We happen to now be in the money on that. I took like 65, 70% profit on that and closed my position. Now I'm kind of crying in my milk, but I will be looking for another entry on PANW today. They do have earnings coming up. That looks like the 13th, 12th or 13th. So that's something that should also be on your radar. So we got that. Something else that is just a blip on my radar here is TSM. And I think that TSM was beat down for quite a while. We're looking at and you can see that I don't want to really move the chart all around, but TSM spent a good period of time trading lower than I would expect it. And what we're seeing, and I think what we're seeing here for me is that anything, and it possibly for me is the NVIDIA earnings that will drive this. This has the potential to get to 226 and pretty quickly over the next couple of days, or I'm sorry, next couple of weeks. So what I'll be looking for, as it sits here and hovers around the moving averages, I will be looking for a nice wick back into one. If I can get an entry at about 209, which isn't a super amount of movement, I would be eyeing the 210, 215s, 220s, with at least a month out on the contract for the monthlies. So that's what I got this morning for you folks.
All right, so I was just looking through some charts, um, trying to get an idea. So let's just do what I normally would do, which is first let me share my screen. And I just go through the watch list every morning. Look at some news, of course, but I'm working on getting my screen up. Okay. So I like to sort my watch list by top movers, top decliners. And so there we go. So yesterday, several days over the past probably 2 weeks, I have given affirm contracts. Yesterday, I don't know if I gave it in the chat, but I took one right at the close and it finally popped from earnings. But you can see where we are. We're at our zero fib level. Next target is 81.48. I think I have a March. I believe I have a March 21st. And so I'm going to try to hold for that level. But I want to give you guys an idea of how to find an entry. And how I do that is I just draw it on the low time frame. Figure out where my 50 is. We're already trading between the 21 and the 50. So perhaps we'll just consolidate between these two levels. But if we get a deeper retrace, this gives you an idea of where we should be stopping. I don't want to see that. If something like that starts to happen, all right, we'll get stopped here for sure. 200 moving average is at 66.56. But considering where we've been, if we don't get a turn back to bullishness at this 68 level, I'm going to either collapse or close my contract and re-enter off of this 200 moving average. So that's really all I have to say about Affirm. Net, we did not trade, so I'm not going to talk about that one. I definitely gave a clean spark contract right near the close yesterday, sometime after 3 o'clock. So let's just do a quick TDA on it. Obviously, we're bouncing off our 200. That is, you guys know what to expect, and we got exactly what we would expect yesterday off of that 200 level. But let's draw our fib. We can go from that low to that high. You see that put us right at the 886. Yeah, between the zero, between the one level and the 886 level. And we got our pop off the 7-9 on earnings. We have to contend with this 200 moving average on the 4 hour. It is at 1166. And so, beyond a shadow of a doubt, we will get stopped here. We'll get some consolidation at that level. And what that will probably look like is a retrace into this zone where all of our moving averages are clustered again. And that will set us up nicely for another big move. Um, Same thing on the 15. Our levels here would be 1070 to about 1115. And that absolutely correlates with where our 200 is at 1072 on the hourly chart. So look for a retrace into 1070, close to $11, and then you can probably still enter the trade from yesterday, although of course it will be a little more expensive. What else do we have? Baba. I know some of you, I know I looked at someone's contracts yesterday and they were in a 103 Baba. So I want to try to give that person an idea of what we can expect. Our resistance is at 106.96. So when we start to get back up into that 106 area based on being overbought and flat, are we flat? Hmm, it's turning up. So momentum is increasing. But based on that resistance being there and us being overbought on the higher time frame, already having traded off of that level, being rejected at that level, barring some very bullish news out of China or the White House, I would probably roll or take profit at that level, depending on what your expiration date is. I don't remember your expiration date, but everything on the 15-minute chart is saying that we should run up to that level at the open. And so even if you get a strong wick down into this area, we will run back to that level at least one last time somewhere around the open. Um, Gave you guys a contract on this. And if you're in the mentorship, it should be obvious why. Been talking about Upstart for a couple weeks. You guys have a contract on that. And I actually sent or put a video in the chat this morning on that. Natasha, I'm gonna let you back in because I could go through this list for the next 30 minutes to an hour. Um,
Okay, and that is fine because I feel like I forgot to talk about.
Real quick though, I like PDD to 123 by earnings,
I
which is
actually
312.
like it too. Like, and so that's one of those things where giving it every opportunity to die, and there it
I
goes.
think that China has died 1,000 deaths over the last 4 years, and it's just gotta stop at some point.
Yeah, I would say so. Um, crowd. What else did I have up here? So we talked about. Did anybody find an entry on Roblox yesterday? Like that is a tears and spilled milk. Um, okay. So let's talk about. Let me share my screen again. Oh no.
Before you, while you're on this little intermission, I think that I gave a Google Play. It looks like Google is just going to consolidate to the till the 24th. Um, for what that's worth to whoever may be in that trade, I would come out. I'll probably come out unless I get a big spike at the open.
Okay. So back here with SMCI, I know it may sound like we're beating a dead horse, but this looks like a great play. I'm gonna probably need to go back to the monthly. There's been some wild action on this one. Um, we were, I don't know if anyone, we talked about this yesterday, and this is so ugly. Um, if we replace, yes. So on the daily, sorry y'all, I gotta move these candles and stuff so y'all can actually see what's going on here. Uh, I think that we're going to see, and maybe I should redraw this bit. Let me do that. You can kind of see it here. The chart's kind of ugly, but I do think that we see 50 if SMCI's earnings are good and they fix the issue with last quarter's reporting. I absolutely see minimally 48 in play, and I think we could get as high over the next couple of months. I think 48, 45, 48 being a good shorter term, like by the end of March level. Um, I know we discussed contracts on SMCI yesterday, and I feel like I missed my entry, so I didn't take it. And this morning, SMCI is up another 2%. I fully expect it to run some more in anticipation of next week's earnings. So this might be a good opportunity if you're looking for a good scalp play, or you're looking just for some quick kind of guaranteed money to get some further out contracts and then close them. I would expect with them, their earnings are on what day? They earn next week, but what date? The 11th. So that is Tuesday. I would be buying today and then closing no later than close of business on Monday, but that should be a nice pop. Those are some trades that I'm definitely going to take myself. You know, this is not advice on what you should do, but it is what I'm seeing. I also Bitcoin has been on the struggle bus, but I do like coin for earnings. Um, and those of you who are in the chat and what have you, have seen me call coin in and out a couple of times already. So anything that I do with coin is essentially going to be a free trade for me because I've taken so much profit on it over the last 2 weeks. But it is beaten down because Bitcoin hasn't recovered. I do know that Bitcoin, or my observation has been that Bitcoin likes to run in low volume environments, which usually means a good gap up for it on a Monday. Gap up or gap down. But it's been kind of consolidating in this range since Monday. So I feel like it needs to do something one way or the other, but I don't think that that is going to affect coin's earnings one way or the other. So I will be playing the run up for earnings on that. You guys know that I don't mind playing weeklies. So I will be playing next week, the 14th expiration, and probably the 21st as well. But I see some good opportunity there on that chart. MicroStrategy, it's just kind of in a hold pattern. I'm waiting for it to start having wild moves again. Oh, note to self, if you're taking a coin contract, very similar to the way that the contracts on SPX and NDX work, they go into profit very quickly. And when they come out of profit, they come down just as quickly. So those are fast finger trades in my mind. And we have 3 minutes to the open.
Take a look at for me. I forgot all about SMCI, but take a look for me at Johnson Controls, JCI. I gotta get you together with Trade and View, ma'am. You just have to type the ticker. You don't even have to click up there.
It's the way I like to. Dang it. I have to be mindful of my language, but dang it. Ooh.
The next time I see you too, I want to show you how I set my alerts. Some things that we have to save for the live training and for those that participate in the live stream of the live training.
So let's see something. So JCI. They must have had really nice earnings.
Oh, let me focus on.
Okay, and it just created a 52-week high. So I have to figure out what the levels are above here. But what does Johnson Controls actually engages in the provision of building products, energy solutions, integrated infrastructure, and next generation transportation systems? Its products and solutions include fire detection and suppression, security, HVAC equipment, building automation and controls, digital industrial refrigeration, residential, smart home, retail distributions. 50% buy and 50% hold from the analysts.
I
Interesting.
didn't listen to. Am I muted?
Nope, you're not.
I didn't listen to what they do, but I value that more than I value kind of what the analysts say. Analysts get on my nerves.
They get on your nerves.
They do because we'll go into my reasons in a future live.
In the future.
But they're pretty useless in my opinion.
Yeah, they are. And I feel like, and so I know we talked about a future live, but I think that they get paid to manipulate some of this stuff.
Absolutely. I read something the other day about how the interest that they have um once they kind of support a company or promote kind of a company, they have good reason to, prop it up.
And there you go with all your alerts. Da-ding, da-ding, ding, ding, da-ding, ding, da-ding, ding, ding.
I'm gonna figure out how to turn them off, but
No,
so
it's
a
quite all
firm
right.
is doing exactly what I said it would do, which is trade back into that level, and now it's
Mm-hmm.
wicking up. Why is Algo in this list? One of our penny stocks is moving. Clean Spark is out of here. I hope somebody took that play that I put in the chat yesterday. I did not.
Coin is a going. But Bitcoin is also moving. Let's see. There's quite a few things moving. That PA&W is moving. NVIDIA, I'm trying to close some positions, but NVIDIA, looking for an entry on that, but I need to. Didn't I say ARM yesterday? Looked really interesting. Oh,
Look at Clean Spark go. Oh my.
you can't see your chart.
I know you can't. Hold on a second. Let me get it together. This is just the commentary that would be going on even if we were not doing this live.
Very true.
So
Ooh. But I am. Oh,
claims.
oh, dang. Was that an earnings play?
It was, and I put this in the last hour of trading yesterday. I put an at the money contract, cheap. I'm sure it was cheap. Dang, I'm mad I didn't get in it. Can't
Mm,
take all the trades. Look at
you
a
can't.
firm.
Hmm.
This is one of the penny stocks. I'm gonna look at these things on the hourly because I think it gives a better perspective. Makes it really easy for me to say things like we gotta contend with the 200 there before we can see any real action. Um, I'm not gonna mention that one. I'm gonna keep that one
Look
for the
at
mentorship.
everything is just going. PANW is going. App 11 is going.
Is it
390.
okay? I needed to do a little more, but let's take a look. Needed to do a little more. Oh, Baba.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm about to talk very specifically to one of our mastermind members. Um, I hope she's watching. But this is exactly what I said earlier about when we approach this level. Depending on your expiration, you may want to hop out of Baba and not hold it over the weekend because they like to do and say crazy things on Friday
Mm-hmm.
evenings. Upstart is one that went in the chat this morning. But we've been talking about it for at least, I would say, 2 weeks. Hymns I've been talking about for a month and a half. And yes, I'm tooting my own horn.
As well, you should. Like, I like to toot my horn, dang it. I definitely do.
What? Let's see what ENB is doing. Mm-mm-mm.
Um,
That's not surprising. I'm
Go, big
certain
boy,
that.
go.
Ooh, I told. Ooh, membership has its benefits. Let's see what PDD is doing. And oh, Natasha. I'm like I don't have enough hands. I don't have enough accounts.
Me either. I'm just
And
like, ah.
this is why I'm like, oh, did you so Natasha is so busy. First of all, let me say, I'm officially an Amazon seller now. I got my first two orders. I got
Oh
my
yeah.
first two orders yesterday. So there's that. But Natasha, you never responded to what I said about the idea, and we don't have to get into the details, but you never responded to what I said about the idea of merit scholarships for the mastermind. We talked yesterday about how we just want to work with serious people. And so I think that I've identified at least two serious people.
Okay.
But what do you think about the idea of those merit scholarships? And
I
I
like
could
the
talk a little
idea.
bit about what I mean, but
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what you mean.
not you, dear. I'm talking about, those watching.
Oh,
So you like the idea.
I do.
Okay. And so for anybody that's watching, I have been running a mentorship program since December 2nd was the launch. And Natasha joined probably about a month ago as my partner and co-instructor. But over that time, I've kind of been watching the mentees or the students to see who's doing what. And so I came up with the idea of a merit. Go ahead, affirm. I'm glad that I'm not paying
No.
attention because it's allowing my trades to just run. Um, but I came up with the idea of a merit-based scholarship, and what that means is a significantly discounted, almost one-on-one mentorship to build profitable traders who can trade with us um, on our quote unquote trading team at the end of 1 year. And so I had identified two people from both Natasha and I's camp based on their level of participation, attendance at training, availability to kind of commit time to the process. And what were some of the other, trying to think, what were the other considerations that, and Natasha, what do you think are some of the things that this should be based on?
Um, how well a person is grasping, how coachable a person desires to be. Um, I think is the biggest thing for me. You have to want it. You have to want to take direction, and you have to want to improve your craft. Otherwise, I'm wasting my time with you. And I know that sounds terrible, but it just is what it is for me.
It's absolutely true. I'm thinking of a person that said to me, um, yeah, I think they said it's like as soon as I signed up, I went to your YouTube and watched all of your old trainings. And I have a lot
Mhm.
of stuff on YouTube.
Yes, you do.
Um, I went to your and watched all of your old trainings. So technical analysis basics, the boot camps, everything. And that person is finding so much success. And so I would love to help them continue to develop that over the next year. And then the person from your camp is relatively new to the mentorship, but has just, shown tremendous uh interest, potential, and commitment, because that person will be at work and still
Hmm.
be on our live trainings. So when I was a therapist, they probably hated me, but I'm serious, because went on Google and found out how to write no excuses in like 12, so Arabic, Spanish, or like I don't know, 10 different languages, and I hung them on my wall. And so I nominate those two people. I don't know if I talked to you about the second person, but
Nope, but I'm sure we'll get to
you
that today.
probably know who it is.
I
But
have a great idea.
okay. And so we will be reaching out to you guys about the offer of a merit scholarship to work closely with us over the next 12 months. I'm excited about
I was
that.
gonna say, I'm excited. It was like Wonder Twin.
Let
um,
me look at some. Let's see what's going on in these accounts.
yeah, we
Oh, my Tesla. I forgot all about Tesla. It's am I holding it? That's the question. I took a Tesla for next week yesterday. And I don't know, in here somewhere, I think. Um Gotta contend with that 50. Do I
all
want to get
right. And
out?
so I am right here watching this level on SPX. We're gonna see what we do. Are we gonna hold and blow? Because this could be a blow and go kind of day here today. And shorts are gonna get massacred if that happens.
It would be nice. So I think Tesla may come back down in here and try to scare me out, or try to scare traders in general out, but then bounce again hard off of that nice cluster of moving averages. Uh, mm, I got time, so I'm not gonna sweat that. Nvidia, keep going. Google. This is not frustrating because I knew that this was a potentiality. It's the exact same. I'm gonna put them side by side. As a matter of fact, um, it's basically doing. Let's get the time frames aligned. It's doing the same thing that AMD is doing, which is waiting. I think waiting for monthly contracts to expire. So MU. You want to share your screen or talk about anything else? What time is
Um,
NFP?
that happened, girl. That happened at 8:30 this morning.
Yeah. You gonna make me a what do you call it? A fundamental trader yet. I
I
can
like
see.
it. Ooh, but you know what? Like, I think some of this is rubbing off on each of us. It's like, oh, well, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, I'll buy these longer term contracts. I
Huh?
don't know, baby. Maybe I drew my fib and redraw it on the 4 hour.
All right, I'm collapsing Google. This is the other reason why this live stream is good is because I'm never coming back to the chat and saying, "Okay, I'm closing my trade now." I kind of depend on them to be independent in that regard, but now I can announce when I'm closing my trades. And so I'm getting out of the Google contract because I think I'm gonna have to wait until the 24th to see movement on it.
Uh-huh. Let's see.
At least movement in my direction.
I don't know. I like Upstart to. Hmm. I like where it's sitting right now.
I just keep saying, right? If you guys are privy to these live streams and what Natasha and I are trading and you are not making money, I really don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. Keep coming back, as they would say.
You're silly.
I'm an ass.
Ooh, baby. You see what's getting ready? It wants to bounce up over off of this deck on 200.
I'm gonna mute and run the Keurig.
76.80. You want to look for a contract on that? But Upstart is looking like a very nice setup here. Very, very nice.
We got some action in our chat today, so let us see. Um, let me see. Coming direct. Where we at? So check your messenger. Not you, Natasha.
Oh, I was gonna say, wait, what?
Talking to phantom people from the mastermind. So I'm gonna now just quickly take a look at what MU is doing. Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to see if so we got 15 minutes left on this hourly candle.
So I would let MU run back. I would let MU and I'm privy to some stuff that's going on with some of our students. So I'm talking to them. But I would let MU break this high. The current high is 96.60. I would
Well,
wait.
Bitcoin just got back over 100,000. Let's see if that holds. I'm grabbing some coffee right here on the other side of the kitchen.
Okay. What else? I can finally see the
Oh,
chat.
you can finally see the chat.
Yeah, the previous lives I haven't been able to see. Somebody is saying they can't hear, and I don't know who they can't hear, but um mhm. Question is, where did I take the affirm trade? There we go. Ooh, ooh,
Ooh,
ooh.
what we on? Ooh, what we on?
I just found my affirm trade.
Oh,
Am I coming out? I think I'm coming out. I'm happy. I can live with that.
ooh, ooh.
Seriously, guys, if you're struggling to be consistently profitable, or you're not making money where you are, even if you're in out one of our programs, you might want to consider something where you work like the mastermind, where you work a little more closely with Natasha and I, because trading while it is a job and a career, should be a joyous experience. Quantum SMCI, what are you doing?
SMCI
Oh, yes.
is, yeah, but we called that
These are all
yesterday.
trades that we have called and taken. Um, hmm. Baba, what else did I want to look at? I want to look at Oklo. Go ahead, Oklo. We probably missed the entry again. But I've been talking to you guys about Oklo since December. And so hopefully somebody is still eating off of Oklo. Soundhound, another one we've been talking about since. Sit on the hourly chart, get some perspective. I mean, if you're in the mentorship, this should tell you all you need to know about Soundhound. I will draw the fib for it and let you see some targets. You want to share some charts, Natasha, or you want me to pull up something for you?
Doesn't really matter. I am sitting here patiently waiting for waiting to see if we're going to break 6100 with some sort of volume on the SPX. I'm watching the 15-minute candles because this is about, I mean, if you, this would be about where I expect it to drop if it's going to. I don't think it stays completely up all day though. I will tell you that. I don't. Yeah, I think the indexes are my passion.
Mm-hmm.
And catching that short would be really nice. Let me see.
You talk
Wow.
about catching a short. That makes me. Let me look at.
But remember, so remember, they're very, 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 like, it's been going up here and then it'll drop 50 and then it'll go back up 50. So we're not talking about, so like that 60-50 put with today's expiration, 60-40.
Do you want to show your charts? Because I'm up here looking at Tesla.
Oh yeah, we said we were gonna try and get into Tesla today.
Toxic Dearest. Welcome, Toxic Dearest. I'm going to drop my chart down.
Where are we? Share, replace screen sharing.
And I'm on a mute because I'm going to run the Keurig real quick.
You gonna run the Keurig? All right. So it's just sitting up here. And actually, if you look at the stochastic, it wants to cross. It's on the struggle bus here. We still have 9 minutes 45 seconds left on this candle, but what I'm looking for here to take my short would be that the volume begins to decrease. Oh, something is happening here. Oh, I think some contracts are getting ready to sell is what's happening here. Yeah, so that's, I'm looking for a short setup. Again, shorting this would be, unless you know what you're doing, I think would probably be to a person's detriment. This is not really a whole lot too short unless you are really getting ready to scalp it. So by no means am I saying, buy these shorts and stay in them. I'm just saying that I don't really like trading on 5-minute candles, but let me look and see what we're doing on the 5-minute. You can kind of see it, right? And I'd only be looking to short it back down to probably, no, we're on the 5-minute. Probably this morning's kind of low, 60-70, but we could get all the way back to 60-60. Not yet. I want to see how this 15, what I'm looking for is ultimately for my stochastic to cross and for my volume to start dying down. but the market wants up. There's no real two ways about that. The market wants to run. But we always have to have a retrace. Well, we don't always have to have a retrace, but a retrace is highly probable. And so I want to capitalize on that retrace by going short, scalping some money there, and then in turn being able to scalp it on the way back up. That would be the method here. But it
I
looks
will
like
just add real quick. I want to say this. If you are in the mentorship, go to the hourly chart and draw a fib on Amazon.
well, what is Amazon doing now? You
It's bouncing off that rocket level.
see, I can only, and here's the thing, you can only watch so many charts at one time and manage trades and teach.
Looking for a third person. We got a response from your good girlfriend. So hopefully,
Oh
hopefully.
yay. You know I love me some her.
So do I. She has great energy. And I like the idea of an all female team at CJ Yasir.
Leave
Getting
that boy
Rob.
alone. Leave that boy alone. Leave that boy alone. Or
So
wait a
it
minute, is
does
that him
need to
talking? CJ, behave yourself. Like what is going on here?
it does need to contend with the two. I'm talking about Amazon. Oh my
Yeah, I'm
God, the
looking at it
bounce
now.
is beautiful. If you
Isn't it?
drew it from the low on January 27th to the high on January 28th, then you should see a thing of beauty. We just need to contend with these moving averages, which could mean a good opportunity for a short. But of course, we know this Amazon. This Amazon. Look back at
It
Tesla.
is Amazon. That it is. Woo woo. Oh, if I hope y'all took this PNW trade with me. This bad boy. Woo wee. Bought at 540 and it has an ask of 1280 right at the moment.
Snow is
I forgot about my little snow bunny.
waiting on XYZ. Let me see what buy now, pay later is doing. Uh,
Okay, so we have approached that 6100. Just saw it.
I told them buy now, pay later, right? And so
Hmm.
um I think this is the second largest buy now, pay later publicly traded company outside of your PayPal's and Squares, XYZs. But it is up $15 overnight based on the earnings of a firm. So Rocket Lab is one that we have been in. What else? What else? What else? Been telling you guys about what do you call it? Telehealth. So let's peek at. Gave this call this morning. Gave this one the other day. Gave this penny stock. QMCO. Baba. Look at Baba.
We can't see your charts.
Oh, that's good to know. What are you looking at? Because it says that I'm sharing.
I just see a black window.
Okay. Well, you're welcome to share
Oh,
yours
wait a
if
minute.
you
There you
want. I'm
go.
just doing
I,
my.
I just shared it for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Um. So I'm just doing my daily process. For me, it's almost like you guys aren't here. Um, I'm just doing what I do.
You. So, I guess nobody can talk. Antoinette, if you are in profit, you probably should exit.
Yeah, things are pulling back. Um,
And I'm not. Do you know what her strike is?
I want to say it was a 106.
Oh yeah, close that thing and profit. If you got profit, take it.
I'm in March. March SMCI. So I'm gonna. Am I gonna collapse Tesla? What is the news saying? It doesn't matter. Tesla is like the Boeing on the ground. It doesn't matter
Hmm.
the negative news or
It surely doesn't. It's annoying. It is annoying, annoying, annoying.
it is indeed annoying. But I mean, as a trader, you know, you appreciate the volatility.
You do. And that's, just that familiarity with A, being able to see it on the chart, but that familiarity with how it works and how it runs and what it's going to look like.
Yep.
You're right. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Looking at the volume here.
Don't
Okay, so,
sleep on Upward. Do not sleep on Upward, guys.
oh, no, nobody's trying to do that.
These are things that I think we talked about in the advanced stock investing course. I keep missing Oklo. It's just not meant for me to trade it. I should just go buy some shares. I think that this pullback on Lunar, oh, I think that the pullback on Luna was to shake traders out before they do that moon launch and do
I
what
need to
they did.
investigate this. It's like I hear you talk about it every day. It's like maybe I need to know something about this your moon
You
launch.
should look up Intuitive Machines. You can go
What's
to
the
their
ticker?
website or
Okay.
uh,
I'll look through.
LUNR.
Oh, okay. So that's the ticker for Intuitive Machines.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Strange, yes, strange. I know.
No, I mean it is what it is. Um, I'm going to hand the stage over to you for a few moments. I'm gonna go take care of something really quick. Where am I? I am going to mute myself so you don't have to.
Okay. NVS. Let's look at some um, biotech companies. So NVS is one that's on the FDA's calendar this month, and there was another one. Let's sort these by. It's SW. There we go. SWTX. This is another one that's on the FDA's calendar this month. So it's kind of risky because you never know what is going to happen at that meeting. But if we just base it on the technicals and draw our fib, got your moving averages all clustered, overbought. If we just based it on the technicals, having bounced off the 7-9 with all of these moving averages clustered on the 50, if you are in the mentorship, you know what that means. 14. So I got in 380 Tesla calls for next week, 2.7 yesterday. So I keep just peeking back at it to make sure that it's not doing anything unexpected. This is a perfect. I'm actually already in sound contracts, but this is looking like an ideal entry. And I need to give the disclaimer. We are not recommending that you guys take these trades. We are simply sharing with you our process and what we're doing with our own trading accounts Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And this will become part of our premium or elite mentorship sometime, I'm guessing, around the end of the month. So get it while the getting is good. Mentorship members should know exactly. Let's go up to a higher time frame. Exactly where to draw their fib to see where another good entry opportunity on Planet Labs will be. Planet Labs is one of those ones that I just was like, oh, it's boring. Um, and so I was kind of late giving it to you because of my own bias about what they do. Oh, it's quantum micro super computer. Rochelle just talked about this. QS. Let's do it this way. Nope, that's not it. QFin. I don't know if I gave you guys QFin or not, but now you have it. Damn, it's the supercomputer company. Rochelle, if you are watching, put it in the chat for me. We just traded it. Um, just traded it yesterday. And I know it was, here it is. Is this it? Nope. I don't know what Semtech did, but they ought not do it again. Let's find our entry. Right in the zone. You see where your 200 moving average is on SMTC. It's got a nice ATR, $5.10. So at about, but somewhere between 45 and 48, that will present a nice entry for you guys. I don't want you to be dependent on me and have to trade. Okay, so Amazon has decided that it wants to go deeper than, let's see, let's look at it on the hourly. It wants to go deeper than, what's this say? So you guys know what usually happens. We'll go here and then here and then here. So there is an opportunity to short Amazon. I'm actually going to look. Here we go. It is AMSC is the stock that I was looking for. Keep an eye on that one too. I'm going to look for an opportunity on Amazon using bar chart. You guys know how to find contracts on bar chart. Mm-hmm. Hmm. 221, 235 is not for being in the money. It's not expensive. It says that it is $4.95. But are we actually trading at 230? Let me see. We
I
are.
am back.
Welcome back.
Well,
Look
interesting.
at Amazon and see, I think I see a good opportunity to short Amazon here. And as long as we break this 230 level, 230.20, the 50 fib level, um, and there's an in the money contract, a 235 contract. Yeah, I'm shorting this because we are bouncing off of this 200. So I'm gonna let this candle go green, hopefully, and trade it right off of the 2150 up here with that 235 contract.
Well, let
235,
me just
221 is about $5.
you're looking at Amazon. Yep. Liquidity sweep just a few moments ago, but it's crazy. Like I said, I was watching for that entry. And then I had to get up and do something. And let's see if I can share my screen.
I don't know. It's looking like it and it is that time where things start to want to go flat or retrace.
But look at exactly what happened, right? I said, oh, I was looking for the lower volume here on this 15-minute candle. Those contracts went from 270 to about $1,000 in the span of my quick little break. And I expect to see it bounce right here. What did it do? It whipped back through the 200. And here we are again. And here we are again. The hourly candle, but it does this. You see it do it yesterday. You saw it do it the day before.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do I want to exit this NVIDIA contract? NVIDIA position, I should say. Ah, let's look. Nope, I do not. There is my answer. I do want to get short on Amazon. I don't want to buy on this red candle and then sit through the retrace. But it's looking like that's what may happen. Trading options. And I'm gonna get in the money. I'm gonna get that 235. Let me see if there's a better option. No, on a 221, you really can't get a better option than in the money. So that's what we'll do. No, not a call. Put. I'm so used to buying calls now. 230. So it's a lot more expensive than bar chart said. 235, $7.30. All right, so it will. It looks like I'm gonna get a green candle here on the 5 minutes, so I will be patient. Everything that we have called this week has worked out well.
Yep. I'm
And
liking Abgo. I don't know if we get back down to the 618. We're on a 4 hour. I see Abgo ready to go, go, go.
oh wow, what happened? What happened? Oh, it's not that much movement.
It's not that much movement. It's just time of day. I said waiting for them to flesh out. And I think that, again, just kind of hitting home when they are trying to just kind of flesh you out. Just
right.
trying to flesh you out. But everything dropped like in unison. But these are good
Mhm.
entries.
That goes back to the time thing that we talked about yesterday. So hopefully you guys can still see my chart. My general strategy is I want to be in early so that by the time this retrace that typically happens around 10:30 happens, it will not retrace to my entry. And so I'll stay in profit and I just have to be patient and sit through whatever happens. Seems like what Natasha does is she waits for this to happen and then enters somewhere in this, and I'm talking about time, in the time from here to here. And I can show you this on every chart. It's the same, really. We get here and then we start to trade off. We may consolidate, which just eats up your theta. Um, so I can see why you prefer to wait. Just
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of preference.
I'm
Oof.
hungry, guys. I might DoorDash some pancakes today.
What did I say? 60-60. Here we are, 60-59. If we break down, we need a bounce really quickly here for any more upward movement.
Damn, I missed my freaking Amazon entry, Natasha.
It happens.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know. I do still hate it though. I do still hate it. I thought that we would get a green candle here and I could come back in 5 minutes and catch it off the 2150. But that's not what happened. So, all right. I'm going to take a little intermission and I'm going to mute and you can share your charts if you want to. Do we have any other economic reports coming out today that are important?
That are important. No, there's always something happening, but no, nothing I would consider important.
Okay.
It just took all of the steam out the market, like all of it, all of it, all of it, all of it.
My concern is that that may be a reversal, more unable to process payments at this time due to technical issues. That may be more than just a retrace today. That may actually be a reversal.
Well,
But
that's why I'm looking. The volume is really high on this red candle here. So we're going to see. We're definitely going to see. My expectation, just based on the way that it has been moving, is that they have people short. So they trap people long and now they want to trap people short. That's kind of where I'm at with it. But we're going to see very quickly. Very quickly. Mm-hmm. So for the people who are actually watching this and watch this SPX play out, was that useful, seeing that I was looking, first of all, I was eyeing a level that seems to not hold. And then the second part was where it was on the chart. And then the third part was the dying volume on the upward move. Okay. Well, we'll go to another chart. And so for me right now, I'm looking at the hourly, but Avgo wicked back into the 618. The top end of that range, this candle for the hourly is just at the 50, the top of it. I'm looking for it to bounce back above it, in theory. So I'm going to give a little bit of time for, let's look at the 15. Yep. I'm gonna give a little bit of time, but I definitely expect it to get back above the 200 today, and relatively shortly. But we kind of have to hold here for anything else to really happen. I won't get short, simply because I feel like the move is almost done. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling like the move is almost done, but that might be an opportunity to get long.
So ANET, I can't see either chart. She says she can't see anybody's charts.
That's because, let's see, replace screen sharing window. Okay. Can you see the SPX chart?
Teledoc. Hmm.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to trap people short right now. And let me this on the daily. I'm not super concerned until we hit about 60.34. In theory, we can come all the way down to 60.40 and just bounce straight up off of there again. Where do you, oh, okay, chat. Oh, okay, got the chat app.
Hmm. I'm just peeking around, peeking around.
So for those of you who are watching and positioned in anything, are there any charts that you guys want to see? Are you in anything questioning whether you hold or exit?
I know knee is one and MU is another, but I just took a peek at MU and saw that it's starting to print a sizable green candle. We're gonna go out to
So it is sitting right at the 21 on the hourly. It is printing green on the 15. Oh, let's drop down to the daily. Ooh, knees all over the place on a daily. And SPX is starting to move back up. Mm. Where were we? What was the call on knee?
Um, Let me take a look. Let me take a look. I just added to my Amazon short. Knee. Hold on a second. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
And Avgo is starting to print green candles again, just like we expected.
I
Mm.
don't want to ask Meta. I want to search. Knee is. We did a lot of work in the Mighty Network last night. Knee is a 75 March 21st.
Okay. Let's see where we get there. Okay. Let me call this. 1 second. I'm looking for an Avgo contract. As they are on a nice sale.
So Nokia just won a lawsuit against Amazon.
Oh, that's
Now
interesting.
Amazon's printing the green candles that I was waiting for. Let me see if the issue is with my Fed.
Mm, I'm going to put it in the chat.
Your Avgo contract.
Uh-huh.
What time is it? We got about 35 more minutes. Oh, Amazon, Amazon, Amazon.
I know. So some really nice entries all around.
It's hard to keep up with them all.
I
Okra,
know.
that is gone. Light bar. Affirm is back on the move, but the
And I know y'all about tired of hearing me talk about the indexes, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. It did exactly what it was supposed to do, and it's doing exactly what we expect it to do in turn, and it's getting ready to bounce back up off of what? The 200. Should go positive in the next 5 minutes.
I think I want to get into Upstart, and Tim is presenting a nice entry. Tim is important because of the amount of money that I think Nancy Pelosi spent on it. Um, so I want to be positioned long term in that, but also Upstart. So I want to look at monthly calls and $90. Who's trading this? It must be something to do. They got $90 April calls, but I don't want to be that far out of the money on Tim. Um, let me see when earnings is. Earnings are 226. Okay. Hmm.
Oh, I was supposed to be watching the chat.
321.80. June, June, June.
Mm. Yep, Abgo doing exactly what I expected it to do.
Tim. Tim is definitely gonna get above 80. The previous high was at 50.90. I think this time we go. Wait a minute, that can't be. Hold on. The previous high was at 79.49. Let me draw a fib somewhere.
Mhm. Let me
Hmm.
let me get my contract first. I am
You think
taking a February 18th. I just took it 5:30 on the Qs.
on what's that? Avgo?
No, I took the 240. I took 240 next week. I put hold on, let me type this. The Qs. Yeah. My 5:30 on Qs.
All right, this is what I want to be doing with my money right now. Let me just double check and be certain. 4 hour, 1 hour. 15. Yep, I'm gonna enter. So I entered March 21st, 90s on Tim.
Nice, nice, nice.
Mm, 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 mm. And I have 230s. I don't remember the expiration date. 230 puts on Amazon. I'm not recommending anybody take either of these, but that's what I took so far this morning. I closed some things, and then I took those. Am I gonna live to regret the things I closed? Let me see. Mm-mm. And so I think lots of times what will happen is I'll be like, oh my God, I should go buy some of that or I should go do that. And I'll be like, you know what? I don't feel like logging in. Especially with crypto. And I think I'm all traded out for this morning. But let me just look at Bitcoin. BTC USD.
It's doing this little ping pong thing.
It's sandwiched between the on the hourly, the 200 above and the 2150 right below. So that'll be, to me, it looks like a bearish resolution. Um, DNN, Denison Mines Corporation. All right, yeah, I'm going over to, let's see, let's check these trades. Oh, I actually still am in NVIDIA. That's good.
What is
Um,
NVIDIA doing? I should have it up somewhere around here.
Remember I told you I sold my Affirm shares,
Uh-huh.
forgetting. I don't know, somehow I did not sell them. So that's good, but I'm gonna go do some trading on DoorDash.
Okay.
Get some pancakes and stuff. So give me a second.
Mhm. I am warming up coffee.
You laughed at me the whole time I was at your house about heating up my coffee, and now I see you've developed a habit.
Well, my husband gets up at dark 30 and the coffee pot only stays on for 2 hours. So it gets cold. Normally I'm running the streets or something of that nature. Mm.
Let me go ask if anybody else wants breakfast. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
Did I miss anything?
No, you didn't. I'm just looking at where everything is. I said, I don't know, I'm patting myself on the back. Like, you could really, not you specifically, but a person could really just, if they know, if they take the time to embrace this, you can trade. Like, I'm done for the day.
Me too.
I only get like $2,200, but I'm done for the day and it's fine.
I'm traded out. I'm about to order a big breakfast and probably take a nap. Maria's Luncheonette. Never heard of it. Is
It's
there
probably
anything
overpriced. It
else?
better be good.
Huh?
I said it's probably overpriced, so it better be good.
Yeah, absolutely overpriced. Um, we've been saying, what time is it? My glasses are not working.
10:33.
Okay, we've been saying that the stream starts to get a little dead around this time, but again, we stay so that if, damn, affirm, so that if we, I'm kicking myself right now because I took profit on affirm this morning and neglected to get back in on the retrace, but that's a habit that I'm working on. So constantly improving as a trader, but I shouldn't have done that. But it's giving me another opportunity so I can get back and miss done trading for the day. Amazon is seemingly gonna print me some red candles.
Just like we want.
Nvidia. I'm just making my rounds through the stuff that I'm in. Got out of Google because it was flat. Don't regret it at all. I told one of the mentees yesterday, nah, you probably don't want to take that AMD trade. I'm glad I gave that input. All right, let's see. Back to breakfast.
Back to breakfast. I still have a whole steak that I didn't eat for dinner the other night. Maybe I'll toss that together with some eggs.
That sounds like a plan. Oh man, what is this? Oh, Denny's, keep it.
Uh, we can keep the Denny's. Yeah, we should keep the Denny's.
There's a specific restaurant that I'm looking for, and that is pitiful because the restaurant, like if you want green peppers and onions, and you want green peppers and onions in your home fries,
They charge
it's,
extra.
it's extra. But at the same time, the bag weighs like 20 pounds when it comes. So, but I can't find it. Coffee, breakfast. All right, let's try it again. Always have to check and make sure I'm ordering the food to the right address because I've been in Arizona sending food to New Jersey.
Oh man.
Man, where's my food? It says it's delivered.
I'll be right back. I need to use the restroom, folks.
Okay. I'm gonna be back peeking at some charts in a minute, guys, but I'm hungry and where's Gary's? All right, something is going on with my computer that is not letting me do what I need to do on DoorDash. So let me come back over. I can do that in 30 minutes. I can wait. Um, can't see either chart. All right, let me put my charts up. And turn Natasha's camera off while she does whatever she's doing. Share. Any requests for anything that you guys would like me to look at? Now AMD, um, if you draw a fib now on AMD from the low of February 5th, right around the open, to any of the highs. You could do it at the high of February 5th, or you could go out to, I think this is, yep, the opening candle wick of February 6th. You should probably find that you're right at a key level, and perhaps you can get a nice swing to the 200 moving average. Let me make sure you guys see the charts. Nope. There you go. So let me just do that for you. See what I mean? And I'm talking to Brandon. There's 7,000 Brandons in the world, so nobody's gonna know what Brandon I'm talking about. But that is probably a decent amount of range, depending on how much time you put on the contract. You may be able to take that to the 200. Mm, I think the funny thing is not maybe funny is not the right word, but the funny thing is, um, you get bored. Like I'm all right. I'm like okay, I'm over it now. So my interest level probably starts to wane, or I tire of looking at charts right around the hour and a half mark. But see now stuff is starting to present itself. So Oklo ran from about 48, 49 to a whole $10 at the open, but now it's starting to come back down, and maybe we will get an entry there. And so that's why I think that we should continue with the current format, and we'll take our little 5 minute breaks to use the restroom or heat up our coffee or order DoorDash. Just pop out and in as you can, because these are the most active hours, and that's why we're here. So now, waiting to see what develops between now and 11 that we can leave you guys with. But you see, things have run up and hit key levels off the open, and now we're getting double tops and um, resistance at certain levels, and probably support at other levels, depending on what you're looking at. I want to look at Natasha. Feel free. I feel like I've been talking all morning, so feel free to take over.
I just feel like the setups here are super duper bullish. Super duper 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 bullish on everything. I mean, well, not everything, because Amazon is dropping it like it's hot. But
Maybe not though. But my Amazon trade, I'm like 90% of my account is bearish, so it's kind of. And I do have a SQQQ call somewhere as kind of a hedge, because so much of my account is bullish. Um, but hell, for all I know, Amazon might run. Gotta keep an eye on it.
hmm
ENB
well,
was
let's look
one
at
that we
Amazon. Do I
both
still have it up
liked.
somewhere? What?
Oh, I
So I
had
need to
to.
figure out what was it about.
Damn. Remember I said this morning, and you may not have seen it. Sorry to cut you off. But I said in the chat, I'm holding these two ANET contracts because I want to see where it lands at the
I
open.
do,
Well, I forgot. And so,
and they're doing very well.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know,
Remember
and
those
just a reminder,
110s
we
we
caught
we were
ANET
holding?
at 103 when it was 103. So, when I talk about taking profit and layers, I think I had something like what 110s and 115s.
Yep, that's what I just said. We had 110s and I had 120s. So it's about, I think that let's talk a little bit to our students about the importance of patience. One thing that I noted and talked about with Natasha this morning is that if anybody had held anything that was called in December, I'll say 75-80% of that stuff, you would be looking at a totally different account now. And so if look at ANET just in general, we are going to up
I think
here.
you said
So,
126-ish.
but there's a gap. So that's fair. I mean, 126 is fair, but it could go much higher depending on when earnings is. So I think that one of the issues that people are having is the desire to be high frequency traders and to feel like they need to be in and out of stuff day in and day out, when really the better strategy is probably to really lean into something with your capital and just hold it. Um,
Or very much like I do, so you asked me, you were like, well, you have plenty of time on those contracts. Why are you taking your money? I said, I think I'll get another entry. I'm going to take this money now and redeploy that capital. So
mhm.
that could be a thing too. I like the concept of playing with house money.
I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? But so I don't know if maybe you want to talk more about that. I believe in what's the word that I want to use? I know the word, but repeating things. So I feel like when particularly our mentorship students, mentees, whatever you want to call them, hear me say stuff over and over again, and I've proved my concept because every Wednesday I ask them the same questions, and now more of them are starting to be able to give me the answers. Um, but just reiterate that strategy periodically so that somebody's going to hear something that sticks and they will try it and they'll love it and it will potentially change their lives.
Yeah, no, for me, it is I will buy my contracts, I will take profit, and then come back with that profit ultimately. That way, if a trade starts going against me, um, what I have found is that it enables me to have the confidence to be able to kind of sit some things out and wait. Right. So if I made $5,000 on a trade and I reinvested 3,000, maybe not the most ideal, but I'm still up 2,000 even if it goes to crap. Best case scenario, I'm able to take those profits and make more profits off of the same company. And I think what we're looking at, because I like my little charts. What are we doing here? Ooh, look at the way that we wicked into. We wicked into the 50 and right back up off of it. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. So I think the market is still trying to shake a few people out, but I think if we get positive today, I definitely, which I don't, we're not super far off of positive. I think we get positive and then we have a nice bounce, and I'll be looking for the short again. But definitely playing with house money. Definitely always playing with house money. Um, And that may mean, for someone who has a smaller trading account or who is just starting out, do you need to take your 15 or 20% when you see it so that you can build your account? Probably. And so you can say this portion, if you're up $1,000 and you want to let, $200 worth of trades rock, if they don't materialize, because we're on the interwebs and I can't say those things, but if they don't materialize and you end up losing that $250, where does that leave you? Right? Does that leave you worried about blowing your account, or does that leave you being able to comfortably say, I'm still up $750? And that's the way you're going to grow your account.
I'm
So
looking
yeah, you
at
may have to take your 15, 20, 30% here, until you build a cushion that you can afford to say, all right, I'm comfortable and I'm confident that I can, spend this money freely and not have to worry about it because my account is not in jeopardy as a result. I'm just
Trying to
sitting here.
jump in a zero DTE Tesla right now.
What is Tesla doing? Call or put.
Call.
Yeah, feeling like it goes positive.
My only. What just happened? What just happened?
What do you mean? What just happened?
I thought I hit. We'll see. I thought I hit to submit the order, but the screen that it took me to after I hit that is executed. Let me see. Okay, I did get executed. The screen that it went to after I placed the order was not what I was expecting to see. So that threw me off.
You know what I would
And
love
the
to do?
contract, I took a 375. It was like under $200.
Oh, okay. I would love, 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 love to see. I
So
would
this
love
is what lack of patience gets you is I knew that I needed to wait for these green candles back into the 2150 on Amazon and I didn't. And so now I have to sit through them and sit through the drawdown of not doing that. And so are we perfect? Nope. But are we profitable? Yes.
very much so.
Light
Very much
bar,
so.
affirm. And firm delivered against high bar, margins likely to remain resilient, Morgan Stanley says. Let me read this article. How could they be talking about, with everything that's going on, how could they be talking about plateauing growth on buy now, pay later stocks? If you just think about it, what are they even talking about?
Just to have something to talk about a lot of times.
Don't just humor me, right? Like, seriously.
No,
Am I
I'm
crazy?
listen. Right. When you stop and you think about like, does this make any sense? They will tell you anything. It's really just, are you dumb enough to believe it? Or I wouldn't even say dumb enough. I think that society hates people who think. Right. There's definitely a certain subsect of the population and demographic that believes anything that you tell them. Anything that you tell them.
I would have to agree. I would have to agree. All right, I'm hungry, guys. We have 10 minutes. So, what do we need to do in the last 10 minutes? What do we need to talk about in the last 10 minutes?
Um, just I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'm good. I think, again, it's really just trying to cater to what our audience needs and requires, right? We're
Absolutely.
here to clearly we're making money and we're making money in real time. The goal here is that we're all eating together. So what needs to happen for that to occur is I guess what we'd be looking at, right? So your feedback is always super important. Um, and that's it. I mean, we are dragging a
That's
little bit.
that is absolutely key. That's absolutely key. I wanted to ask you something. Let's
Yes, I
go ahead
want some
and
breakfast.
set.
I'm
What'd you
just
say?
I said yes, I want some breakfast.
Uh, so we will go ahead. I'm gonna set a date of February, say 19th for RSVPs on the meetup. The meetup is open to everyone. And I'm going to set a date of February 21st. And let me know if you agree. I'm just throwing stuff out there for consideration. February 21st for last call on the live training in Laurel. You have up until the night before to purchase the live stream. Um, but yeah, I'll share those. I'll make sure that the VAs are sharing those events. Got some other stuff coming up. We got a using crypto to build and leverage credit class with Walt Knows Money coming up. And we have an advanced options trading course coming up where an instructor will be teaching us about buying and selling. How do I want to say it? Credit spreads, selling calls and puts, and all of that advanced stuff that we really don't get into. So I'll be dropping some stuff in our chat about those two classes and how to make sure that you secure your seat in those two classes if you're in the mentorship. But if you're not in the mentorship and you want to take a relatively inexpensive, it's an 8-hour class spread over 4 Saturdays on how to do credit spreads and sell calls and puts. um
Here
Reach
we
out
go
to
again.
myself or Rochelle. What's the here we go again? Because I'm looking at DoorDash, not
Another
finding.
liquidity sweep.
But
Here we
that
go.
don't tell me anything, Natasha. Is it sweeping bullish or bearish?
Bearish.
Mm,
Let's see.
all right, they don't want me to order food. I think it's because I got too many things open.
Could be.
This is an improvement because when I woke up this morning, my laptop would not come on. So
Well, don't tell me you can need a laptop and a phone.
I'm trying to order the phone right now, and the phone company is having some type of technical issues that won't allow them to process payments. And I'm going to take my laptop to Best Buy when I go Amazon store shopping.
That sounds
That
like
is
some.
also, we have not set a date. I'm on twisting Natasha's arm into setting at least a date for the Amazon course today. But I would say what, in a matter of 10 days, I went from not wanting an Amazon store to having an Amazon store with 2 sales, with Natasha's help. So that is a pretty big deal.
Maybe.
What is it called?
Maybe. So what are we?
Oh, man.
Um, whoa. But one more time, how we just bounce right in, right off of the moving averages. What is going on here? Did something happen? Because we were
Amazon.
getting ready to go positive. And just like that, though, like the way this crazy stuff is wicking up and moving, and
So I have to watch. I have to be mindful of. I want to keep an eye on Amazon because I went kind of heavy in that trade, and I want to keep an eye on Tesla because I just don't like losing. Um, but other
well,
than
who
that,
does? Who does?
so I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be nice. I was gonna say some people do.
I mean, some people like to take 3% spy trades. It's cool.
Why do you keep messing with those people? Listen,
Those
what
people,
I
no.
want to say, I think we might be looking at a reversal. I'm looking at what Tesla is doing. Right now I'm looking at Essel's dugout for food, but I'm looking at what Tesla is doing and what Amazon is doing, and I think this might be what my brother would call a 52 fake out. So just be mindful. If you have profit, look at your levels, look at what you've done at your Fibonacci levels, guys. And if you don't have time on your contract, meaning like a March contract at this point, even if you are in a March contract and you have 20% or more profit, I would take it. Cause I'm not looking really deeply at what the market is doing, but I can't protect you if you don't take profits.
That part.
I'm going to Uber Eats. And it's 10:57. Let's
Call
just
it a
check
day.
the chat and see. Yeah, as long as nobody has put any questions in the chat, we can get out of here because I want to focus on ordering my food. Let's check the mentorship chats. Where is that? I don't have any notifications, so give me a call, my friend.
All right, all right. I'll talk to you very